besides, just feel high. Where'd I put it? Okay, your exam is just like your last one, just longer and meaner because you're getting smarter. First page. Most of the first page is the hormone table from health. Right? So you have to know name, action, source, type, target. So I could give you a blank one of those and have you fill in. By the way, I didn't give you all of them. I do want you to finish this, in an hour. So I gave you some of them, but not all of them. Yeah. So the trick is I only gave you some of the information, and you'd have to figure out from the clues which ones I'm actually talking about. And they could be in a different order than you memorized. That's why I have a degree. All right, but you just have to know that chart, just pure memorization of the chart from health, right? Okay, there are 3 questions on sort of that same logic. So what would happen if you had too much of this hormone or not enough of that one? So if you had too much growth hormone, what would you see? Right? Which glands do this? So using the chart. I have a question dealing with the chain of command. That's the tropic releasing litany. So management talking to worker. So if this hormone were up, would that hormone go down? If this hormone were down, would that hormone go up? The primary, secondary discussion. So can you figure out which organ's talking to whom and why? So Jonathan rips out your pituitary. Right. Or me, man. Okay, I have a handful of questions doing how you make blood cells, RBCs. This is the EPO thing. So tell me how you make your blood cells. And I have a couple questions on how you get rid of your blood cells. That's the whole bilirubin jaundice thought. I have a question on blood typing, not how you do typing, but which type you can give to whom. So if I'm B negative, which I am, which blood can you give me and not kill me? Yes, thank you. You two won't kill me, that's good. Because I'm evil, I have 3 questions on the blood clotting cascade. You're supposed to know the numbers in order, the factors in order, which ones are intrinsic, which ones are extrinsic, which ones are common, how you make blood clot. You're missing factor 10, which one is that?
When you have the one that comes in from the side and like joins the mainstream, how do you say the order of these?
You would just say added to it or joins the mainstream. You just put it in there somewhere. Usually after the 1, it joins 2. So then I have a big question on, like you did tonight, you have to name the blood vessel, the heart parts in order. So if you're a drop of blood, you start here, walk me through the whole pathway. So which vessels, which valves, which chambers, are you red or blue, are you in or out? All that stuff. So one more time. I have 5 questions on the cardiac cycle. So when these valves close, that chamber's doing this. When this thing does that, the blood's going here. So walk me through how a heart gets blood to move. I have 3 questions on an EKG. Not interpreting one, but what happens at a P, QRS, what happens in a T. So if Jonathan's missing his P wave, what part of his heart isn't doing what? I have a question on the autorhythmic and contractile cells. Thou shalt know which ions in order for each of those. So the autorhythmic and contractile depolarization, repolarization effects. Remember that's the sodium, calcium, potassium, sodium, calcium, potassium, that stuff, right?
For those steps, the
Yes.
sodium and calcium component is just implied.
Yes, because otherwise you'd only do it once and never again. So it implies the pump's always on. All right. I have 2 questions on cardiac output. So what things affect output? Would it go up or down? Yeah, cardiac output. That's the heart rate, stroke volume thing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 questions on blood pressure. So those boxes over there. So what would you do if you had low blood pressure? What would you do if you had high blood pressure? Be able to walk me through the RAS in order? Which hormones are first and second? That kind of thing. And I have a page of a big ugly chart with lots of lines on it. The one you were supposed to take a picture of last week, it's on the last page. So you have to be able to look at that chart and label what's happening or figure out what's happening with the places I label. Because I hate you all. The big graphs, all the graphs that you're supposed to know?
What was it? And pressure and
Yes,
volume.
yes, that one. So again, you don't have to draw them, you just have to be able to figure out what's happening with them.
Can you upload that?
I can try, let me see.
Is it this one right here?
It's this one, right? That one.
This baby.
That one? It's not that one, by the way, it's blank and looks different, but you get the gist, though. Could you explain to me what's happening if I took all the labels off? But that's what I have going for you next week. So the rest of your time, you can study, you can bail early, tell me to stuff it.